The year off is to be able to focus solely on my business and get in alignment instead of making decisions out of financial pressure. You know how difficult it is to be invested in yourself and your appearance and your self-care, be invested in your business, be invested in your children who are now adults and still trying to maintain your level of support, be invested in your husband and your marriage, your religion, and be tired because you work 10-hour shifts at night. So I have my to-do list made. I already had my coffee. I've drank all of that up. And now it's really just prioritizing. I don't know if I want to prioritize by getting the more time-consuming task out of the way, or if I want to just do the things that I know I can just easily click off. So the first thing I'm going to do is the ones that have a timeline. So I work for an agency. I have a contracting position. And the responsibility is for me to audit notes. Part of the responsibility is for me to audit notes on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I only have obligation to the actual agency on Wednesdays. But I didn't audit the notes for Friday, so I am going to go ahead and do that. Just quite a bit of them. So I'm going to go ahead and start on that. How many years have you been in private practice?
Me and Selena started in 2022.
So going on 4 years or 4 years? And the practice location is
Alabama.
And is it a hybrid? It's a hybrid in person,
virtually, and in office.
What does your current caseload look like? I know you are still working full time, and the private practice is a part thing, right?
Part time, but it seemed like once a year. Between the practice, because I'm also on Ruler Road in Spring Hill. Because me and my therapist was talking about this because she was trying to see how many people was I seeing a week. She said I was doing too much for a minute. But between, I think all of it, last time I added up, I was doing 16 people per week. Mm-hmm.
What, now have you done the calculator for, because I dumped a bunch of stuff in the community tab a couple of weeks ago. Did you actually get a chance to do the calculator for the income that your business needs to make or the rate that you need to charge to be doing business comfortably?
No, not yet.
Let's see if we can get that pulled up. But so right now you're currently seeing 16 clients. Seeing 16 clients a week?
Yes, because I'll see between 2 and 3 Monday, Tuesday. Only day I'm really off Saturday.
And then you're still working full time.
My other full time, I'm no longer working at Bradford, so everything that I'll be doing now, I'll be at home. So my full time job that I have will be work from home. So I created my schedule to where I'll be working from 8 to 4. So
what is your goal for your business? So just to catch you up real quick, my dream business looks like me not having to work for anybody else, me being able to I would love to be able to make $150,000 to build my business up between now and January 1, 2028 to be grossing at least $150,000 a month. Bare minimum, $75,000 a month. I would love to not only remove my W-2 income, but my contracting position. I go back and forth on my contracting position. I'm not allowed to say how much I get paid from that position, but I work 4 hours a week and it is a 5-figure contract annually, but it's emotionally taxing on me. And I'm just at a point where it's not worth it to me. I don't care how much she pays me. I don't want to do it. I would love to be able to walk away from that as well. So I would love to be able to make just $60,000 within my private practice. And I think I shared these numbers in the last video. $60,000 from private practice working 40 weeks per year. I would love to get to a point where I am making $60,000 in content creation, which would include AdSense, YouTube revenue, TikTok payouts, Instagram payouts, and brand deals from both the professional and the personal brand. Then I would love, so now we're at 120. I would love to have the collective paying me $500 to $1,000 a month. So The collective right now is $97 to the beta members, but when it relaunches in September, it will be $147. The goal would be to have, I like having the smaller groups, so no more than 10. So that would take me up to $1,000, a little over $1,000 a month for those 5 months. Because it runs from April to the end of August, and then from September to the end of mid-January. It's a 5-month program. Then I would love to get paid for speaking engagements, and I want to host retreats. One of the goals is to actually pay for a retreat coaching program that actually walks you through setting up a retreat. And I want to have retreats for clinicians, intensives. I want to have intensive retreats for clinicians who need to restructure their marketing and want to grow and scale, as well as for the target population of ambitious millennial Black moms who are lacking self-care and are trying to recenter themselves while decentering everybody else, not for the purpose of being selfish, but for the purpose of showing up self-full for the others in their lives, no longer sacrificing themselves at the betterment of everyone else. I should write that down because that would be some really good copy. And I would love to make 6 figures from that. I could see myself hosting 2 retreats per year with the goal of earning anywhere between $20,000 and $50,000 from the retreat. So for the month of May, I don't have the income that I made. So far, it's not that much. I don't believe I know for the month of April, I did not gross $10,000. I think it was $9,287. For the month of May, which is basically over, I won't know what I made until I see my CPA sends my statements. So you'll get that update in June's update, month 4. As far as in my private practice, the 60 days, I have completely transitioned all of the UnitedHealthcare clients either into cash paying clients or through Headway to do billing. So that is one thing that I worked intentionally on. I am still trying to recuperate some funds that I have not been paid for, and I will sit down tomorrow to check the status of these claims. These are about how many claims I need to check the status of to be able to move forward. So quite a few of those. Then following the checking up on the status of my actual unpaneling with them, I just am no longer interested in doing any with that insurance. So that is done, and I am excited about that. The next thing is the collective has one. I was able to get, not was able, for some reason, I had a member who was able to slip through the cracks, even though the collective doors were closed. She did join, and her audit is actually next Saturday. So I have 4 members within the collective paying me $97 a month from now until the end of August. And I'm currently going through the audits on their business. That was part of the clip that you just saw. And then we have some webinars already lined up. So we'll have a marketing webinar, intensive webinar for the month of June. It'll be free to the members within the collective, and it'll be live, and then it'll be on demand for sale for non-members. So I'm getting ready to start the marketing on that. I did drop $10,000 on an intensive, and I get questions like, why did you drop $10,000 on a therapy intensive to build your business when you are currently planning a year off? And I did kind of explain that the year off is to be able to focus solely on my business and get in alignment instead of making decisions out of financial pressure, which is how I've been operating for these past 4 or 5 years. It has been successful for me because I have been lucrative. I'm not even gonna lie. But it is also very stressful, especially since I'm getting older. I don't really have the energy how difficult it is to be invested in yourself and your appearance and your self-care. Be invested in your business, be invested in your children who are now adults and still trying to maintain your level of support. Be invested in your husband and your marriage, your religion, and be tired because you work 10-hour shifts at night. Or the emotional drain from working this contract position. So I would love to just be able to focus on my business. And as I go through my days, am starting to think more in depth about a workflow for the things that I want to do within my business. So the workshops, the content creation, the year of rest, and how big I want to grow that. Do I just want to continue to inspire people and share my journey, or do I want to turn that into something? I'm still figuring that out. I feel like it could be a movement, the year of rest for Black women. Yes. So anyway, that is where the collective is. I am getting ready to hire a community moderator just to keep engagement within the collective going. I just feel like they're just there. I want to keep them motivated, engaged, and I want to keep them committed to doing what is necessary to move their business forward, because I am genuinely invested in their business success. I am transitioning them from clinicians just running a private practice to CEOs running a business. So yes, we need to figure out this SOP. We need to figure out marketing. We need to create these offers. Once you know who you're talking to, we need to get all of that figured out. So that is what is going on with the collective. For the income, I did touch on this. It has not hit consistently $10,000 or more since the last update I shared, which was $13,000, and that was because of I wasn't paid for a brand deal. That reminds me, I need to send my invoice for April and May. I tried to renegotiate my rate with Simple Practice and they denied because I haven't had enough signups. And he even threw out there that if I don't increase the signups for the month of June, they may have to pause my contract. So I may be losing another source of income. But he did give me some feedback on how to boost engagement. So I'm working on that content. That's on my to-do list. The other thing is the net 60 payout with the other brand deals, the insurance that I am trying to get off of, just not paying me, and the decrease in my clientele. I have cut my caseload extensively in preparation to build up these other income streams and to have the time to invest in the members of the collective. So I'm not too upset about that, especially since I have the contracting position and the overnight position to supplement that income. So I'm not technically taking a hit. Although I am losing income, I did gain an income source by being a girl's girl. I feel like what is for me is going to always be for me. So I have been going live more on TikTok. I had been going live. I need to figure out a schedule that can incorporate that more. But someone in my live asked if the doors to the collective were open. I told them no, but I told them that this other coaching program was actually actively enrolling. Then I went to her live and told her that, hey, I recommended your program in my live. So she was like, hey girl, I need to hop on a call with you because that means you have some influence. So we did end up meeting, and she did offer to give me $250 for every individual that I get to sign up for her program, and they get $500 off with my code. So I am going to also do some marketing for that program. The doors for her program close June the 10th. So I do continue to include them in my emails, and I'm going to do 2 TikToks specifically about her program with my code, and hopefully I can get some conversions that way. Now, while I was also in the meeting for the affiliate income, she told me about her intensive program and I signed up. I am a big believer that when you see someone doing what you want to do and you see them getting the results that you want to get, you observe what they're doing and you do what they do. Of course, I give my credit. So when she told me that she had an intensive and all that it entailed and how she would help me to reach my goals, I dropped that $10,000 expeditiously. So the onboarding call for that is June the 8th, and I'm so excited. Also, we'll be attending a mastermind for my current business coach in that program, June the 10th and the 11th. So I'm excited about those 2 things. Hope to gain a lot of information and put some things in place for the remainder of this year. Now, as far as the year of rest, I don't really do the update for the year of rest in this video. This is specifically about my dream business and what that is looking like. Now, there are some things that are definitely happening. There's the summer slump, and if you're not aware, the summer slump is when business and private practice slows down, particularly for the clientele, the target population that I serve, because moms are not as pressured because school is out. So business has not taken an official hit just yet. Last year I had a significant decrease in sessions. That hasn't been the case this year so far. But I also work with Gen Z who are going through life transitions, and we just had a graduating class. So not too worried about that, but whether I have it or not, I'll just pivot and in a direction that can build up some of these other things that I am interested in. I have started a new series over on my TikTok professional page, which is the person behind the practice, where I share some more of my personal details. It may not be anything new to you guys here if you've been here for a while, but if you're not already following me over there to get the day-to-day information or content, then you definitely should. Both of my professional and my personal brand are linked below. As for the rest of this day, I have not eaten yet, so I am going to grab some lunch. Me and my son might go get something. I am craving Wendy's really bad, and he's always down to eat. So I also want a steak though. I wonder if my husband would like to go to Texas Roadhouse when he gets off. He probably won't. And then tomorrow I'm going to work on both of the audits, and I'm going to reach out. I'm going to upload the footage for this video and let my editor know that I have this, and see if she can get it out by tomorrow. I also haven't paid her, so if she doesn't prioritize it, I completely understand. And then I need to come back and record some content for the TikTok pages and the shorts. So that is it for my dream business update month number 3. For the month of June, the biggest thing is really hiring the moderator for the collective, getting clear on what my intensive coach advises me to do. I'm very excited about the mastermind that I am attending on the 10th. And then I also am signing up for supervision training. I want to offer supervision. If you don't know by now, I say it all the time, but if you don't believe me, I am so interested in cultivating other social workers and helping them make the money that is within this career field. So it naturally makes sense that I would sign up to be a clinical supervisor for the state that I'm located in, and possibly for the other 3 states that I'm licensed in. But I'm starting with the state that I'm located in first, because I went to their directory and it ain't a whole lot of people. So that is the 15th, 16th, and 17th. The intensive is June the 10th and the 11th. And then at the end of June, I will be going back to Georgia with my baby girl who just moved there, also putting our house on the market. And I talk about the real estate journey over on my personal brand page. So if you're interested in knowing what that looks like and hearing all about that, you can follow me over there. That is it for my video today. This is the end of building my dream business in real time, update number 3. Make sure you come back in June for month number 4. And if you are not already following me, be sure to follow me here as I continue to document my journey towards my year of rest. It's not a perfect plan, but it is an honest one. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.